Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday. I don't know the date exactly, and I don't know exactly what time it is, but I do know that it is a very exciting afternoon here because we are kind of starting the official harvest prep. We are actually working towards getting the combine out right now. I don't know exactly when we're gonna start, but it's gonna be soon. Everything is looking really dry in the field. We're gonna get started with harvest very soon, and this afternoon we are gonna be getting the combine out, doing some maintenance on it, maybe hooking up the bean head, and just making sure that everything is ready to go for the field very soon. We are down here at the bean head now. We're gonna get it hooked up and run it and see what it's looking like. YouTube is waiting. There you go.
Abby is going to hook up the bean head.
Here, you can use this
grease
rag.
Dust rag. So we put that in those holes. Then you have to pull that lever back. Then when you pull that back, it pushes that pin in. Then you just have to hook up the PTO. There. Got to make sure that black collar, you pull it back for it to hook up. Got to make sure it goes back forward to hook up. We got it hooked up. Or Abby got it hooked up. I just record. So that's what it looks like. Dad's up there changing all the monitor stuff. I don't think Emma likes being caught on camera, but she is currently cleaning the windows. And see, like that, it's just all dusty. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but then I think Dad got all the electronics changed, and he's making sure everything looks good on the bean head. Then he's gonna change all the settings back there on the actual combine back there.
Okay, we have been working on getting the settings on the outside of the combine switched over from ready to harvest corn to ready to harvest beans. And we did a little bit of maintenance, put some oil on stuff. On the bean head and stuff like that. We actually put this thing away when we put it away for the year last year. It was very well maintained, so it doesn't need a lot of grease, but we might put a little bit of grease on, and yeah, it's doing good so far. Honestly, I would not be surprised at all if we get into the field just a little bit today to kind of see where the beans are at. We're gonna take the combine out in the field, get a sample, and see where the beans are at. So with corn, it's a little bit easier to just go out to the field and get a couple ears and get a moisture test by hand, but with beans it's quite a bit harder to do that, and it's better to just go out with the combine and get a sample that way. Just get an accurate reading of you know, where the beans are at. Our monitor is not giving us info like it's supposed to, so I'm trying to figure that out here. Okay, got a sample. We're gonna test it here.
Well, 12.6, that's what it says. But we need to run this through the
Big moisture.
big moisture tester.
Okay, so the combine still isn't recording the info like it's supposed to, which isn't great, and we need to get that figured out. But we did test some, and testing around 12.6 is what this moisture tester said. We have a bigger moisture tester that'll be a little bit more accurate, so we'll probably run it through that too, just to make sure. But around 12% is where we like them to be to start harvesting. Beans will get down to like 8% really fast, and once you do that and they're that dry, they shatter a lot and you'll be losing more beans in the field. So around 12% is where we like them to be to start harvesting, and they're getting there. So harvest could be officially starting very soon. Good morning, everybody. It is now the next morning, so we are over here right now. I want to give you guys a full update on bean harvest and the plans for harvest, but for right now we are over here to get this fuel tank hooked up and bring it home because we need to get the combine fueled up, and also we're gonna have to have this several times throughout the season just to fuel up the combine and take it around in the field. So we're gonna get this brought home for now, and we're gonna get the combine fueled up, and then I will give y'all an update on the plans for starting harvest. We are fueling up the combine right now, so that means I have a few minutes here to kind of give y'all an update on everything. Also, ignore the terrible lighting. We have like weird lighting lines right here, so ignore that, please. But yeah, yesterday we got the combine out, got it hooked up to the bean head, and then we went a pass around the edge of the field to get a sample, see what the beans are testing at as far as moisture goes, how they're looking, how they're harvesting, all that stuff. And they were harvesting really well. The moisture tester, once we tested it with the big one inside, which is going to be the most accurate, is 13.2% moisture, which is harvestable. It's a little bit more damp than we would like them to be when we harvest. We would like to start harvesting around 12%. But 13% is doable. They are harvesting really well. They are not shattering too bad. When beans get too dry, they'll shatter a lot, which means the beans just explode out of the pods as soon as they hit the bean head. And that is bad because once they do that, we lose them in the field and they don't make it to the grain tank. So if the beans get too dry, they're bad for harvesting. If they're too wet, then they won't shell out very well, and you have other problems trying to combine them. So you'll have problems both ways if they're either too wet or too dry. But starting at 12%, it's a good time to harvest them. So the current plan is we are going to set up for harvest today. So we need to get an auger set up to the bin, we need to do some maintenance on the combine and bean head, and then we will be pretty much ready to go to the field. We'll get the auger cart out, all that stuff. That is the plan. We're going to do a lot of harvest prep work today, and then hopefully on Monday we will officially get started with harvest. Okay, we brought this auger around up here. This is the bin that we're going to be putting all of our soybeans into, so we're going to get this auger set up to the bin. the auger set up. Now we need to get the gravity wagon out and get it set up to the auger. Okay, we are gonna get the auger carts out now. So we have the 84 here and then the 81 right there. Dad's working on greasing the combine a little bit right now. We need to get the auger carts out, probably do a little bit of maintenance on them, and then they're pretty well ready to go. And if I had to guess, I would say we'll probably end up cutting some beans this afternoon, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like 80 degrees out here right now, so sunny and warm, and the beans are looking very dry. So it just feels like a kind of day that you should be cutting beans on. So would not be surprised if we get to the field a little bit today, but for now we're just doing some maintenance and some more prep work toward that. Well, my guess was correct because I just barely got down here to the combine and Dad has started it up, and I think he's gonna go cut into the beans and see what they're looking like today. We're working on getting the auger car out. Before we start the tractor, we need to add some hydraulic fluid because it does not have much in it right now, and then we need to fuel it up, and then it can head to the field. It is now about 5:30. Hi, Belle. I come over here and pet Belle. Hi. It is, yeah, she shredded that tarp a little bit. So it is now about 5:30. It's been a pretty chill afternoon for me. I'm very sleepy right now, so just ignore that if I'm not talking very well. But Dad has been combining all afternoon. You know, we weren't supposed to start until Monday, but just knowing the way that Dad usually gets started into things, and we usually start things around here, it is not surprising that we have done like a full afternoon of harvest today. So things have been going well. We've got a lot done. I'll show you guys here. But last time I tested the beans, they were testing about 12.6% moisture, which is good. And they might have gotten a bit drier since then because he's been doing some on the hill. So anyways, it's about 5:30 now. I'm getting ready to head out to the field. I'm going to take Dad some supper and then probably give him a break in the combine so he can eat his supper. And Lemuel's been riding with him all afternoon, so Lemuel will come back to the house and get some supper. And that's the plan. That's what we're doing. I am sleepy, y'all. I should not be this sleepy, but it is the end of a week and it's been a long week, so kind of tired. Look at how much they got done, y'all. Getting along good on this field. They've got some endrows worked off too, which is very nice. Y'all, there's little pheasants out here. They're small little things though. They're young ones. I unfortunately did not get any footage in the combine because my camera was not recording. I don't know why. It gets mad about the SD card that I use sometimes, and then it refuses to record. So I don't know what the deal was with that. Unfortunately, did not get any cab footage from inside the combine, but that's okay. We still have a lot of harvest left, so we'll get some at some point. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Dad he finished supper, so he's back to running the combine now, and it's about 6 o'clock. Probably be done around 7, because with beans, the moisture of beans changes a lot throughout the day. They are very the moisture of beans is very sensitive to the weather and the temperature and all that stuff. So they started off the day like 13%. We were harvesting some that were down to like 11% this afternoon, so it changes a lot, even 10% some of them. So it changes a lot throughout the day, and when it starts getting dark outside and there starts to be more moisture in the air, the beans will pick up a lot of that moisture, and then they won't shell off as well either, so you can't really harvest beans after dark. So once it gets past 7 o'clock, that'll probably be done for the day, and I'm gonna head inside now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Harvest has started a little bit earlier than we were thinking, but we are going and it's going well. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.